10 fast-acting medicinal plants backed by science. For decades, we have been told that aging simply means rusting from the inside out. We are told that waking up with stiff joints, a foggy mind, and exhausted muscles is just the unavoidable normal price of getting older. But what if the modern medical establishment has been looking at the wrong calendar? What if true healing does not start with a newly synthesized chemical in a laboratory, but with a tiny seed planted thousands of years ago? Take a deep, quiet breath with me and gently let it out. I know how heavy the mornings can feel when you swing your legs over the edge of the bed, and that familiar sharp ache in your knees or lower back takes your breath away. When the quiet fatigue makes you feel like a stranger in your own life. It is so easy to feel betrayed by your own body. You have carried the weight of the world for decades. You have cared for others, and your pain is entirely real. But you do not have to surrender to a life of merely managing symptoms. Long before the invention of the modern pharmacy aisle, ancient healers mapped out a profound apothecary of fast-acting medicinal plants. Today, modern clinical science is finally catching up to this biblical and ancient wisdom. Researchers looking through electron microscopes are now validating exactly what our ancestors knew. They are discovering specific botanical compounds that rapidly target cellular inflammation, block pain-causing enzymes at the molecular level, and literally wash the metabolic rust from your arteries and joints. Today, we are going to explore 10 fast-acting medicinal plants completely backed by rigorous science. These are not slow, mild remedies. These are powerful natural interventions designed to bring you rapid relief, cellular repair, and peaceful longevity. Let us begin with our first remarkable remedy. A golden resin considered so precious it was presented as a sacred gift to kings and saviors in ancient times. This is frankincense, known in modern clinical settings as boswellia. If you suffer from osteoarthritis, where the cartilage in your hands, knees, or hips feels completely worn down to the bone, if every single step feels like grinding stones, you know how exhausting that chronic deep tissue ache can truly be. Modern rheumatology has identified the exact mechanism behind the healing power of this ancient tree resin. Boswellia contains powerful active compounds called boswellic acids. When ingested, these acids actively hunt down and inhibit a specific pro-inflammatory enzyme in the body known as 5-LOX. This is the exact enzyme responsible for creating leukotrienes, which are the aggressive molecules that trigger joint swelling and cartilage breakdown. By neutralizing the 5-LOX enzyme, boswellia does not just temporarily mask your pain. It physically halts the inflammatory attack at the molecular level, helping to preserve your remaining cartilage. Imagine placing a soft, cool cushion between those hot grinding gears in your joints. In numerous double-blind clinical trials, patients taking boswellia extract reported a significant reduction in morning stiffness and a beautiful increase in walking distance within just 5 to 7 days. It is as if this sacred resin reaches deep into your aching tissues, gently turning off the fire and allowing you to bend, reach, and walk with freedom once again. Moving to our second fast-acting botanical, we find a humble knotted root that has been a cornerstone of ancient Eastern medicine for over 3,000 years. This is ginger root. When your digestion begins to slow down with age, when meals that once brought you joy now leave you with a heavy, uncomfortable bloating, or when a subtle systemic ache settles deep into your muscles, it drains the very joy out of your daily life. You might feel as though your internal engine is simply sputtering, leaving you exhausted and uncomfortable. But modern clinical research has revealed exactly why this warming root is so remarkably effective. Ginger contains highly potent bioactive compounds known as gingerols and shogols. When these molecules enter your digestive tract, they stimulate the production of essential digestive enzymes and significantly accelerate gastric emptying. But their power does not stop in the stomach. Once absorbed into the bloodstream, gingerols act as powerful antioxidants that inhibit the synthesis of pro-inflammatory prostaglandins. This means ginger acts as a dual-force botanical calming gastric distress while simultaneously lowering systemic inflammation throughout your entire body. Think of a soothing ginger infusion as a warm, comforting hearth fire, gently melting away the cold, stagnant tension in your core and easing the restless spasms of an upset stomach. In clinical studies, patients experience rapid relief from indigestion and nausea, often within just 30 minutes. It is a profound, warming embrace for your internal organs, restoring your digestive peace and bringing quiet harmony back to your body. Our third ancient remedy is perhaps the most famous golden spice in the world, renowned in Ayurvedic healing for over 4 millennia. This is turmeric and its active miracle compound, curcumin. If your body feels like an old, neglected hinge, stiff, unyielding, and protesting with every movement, you are not alone. That deep chronic ache that settles into your bones during the cold, damp months is not just getting older. It is a physical sign of cellular oxidation and systemic inflammation. Modern science has uncovered the exact mechanism that makes this bright yellow root so astonishingly effective. Curcumin is a master anti-inflammatory agent. Clinical trials prove that it directly inhibits the COX2 and LOX enzymes. These are the exact same pain-causing enzymes targeted by over-the-counter modern painkillers. However, curcumin achieves this profound relief naturally, without the harsh, dangerous side effects on your delicate stomach lining or your kidneys. Imagine taking a warm, soothing sponge and gently washing the rust away from your delicate joints. As the curcumin is absorbed into your bloodstream, it travels directly to the sites of your deepest aches, lowering the heat of inflammation and restoring the smooth gliding motion to your knees, your fingers, and your hips. It is a vibrant golden shield, defending your aging cells from deterioration and offering you the beautiful gift of a fluid, painless morning. Our fourth remarkable plant brings us to the quiet, fragrant gardens of the Mediterranean. This is lemon balm, an ancient herb cherished for centuries as a gentle healer of the mind and spirit. As the years pass, it is not just our bodies that carry the weight of time. Our minds and our delicate nerves become deeply exhausted too. When you lay down at night and your heart suddenly begins to race, when a vague, quiet anxiety flutters in your chest, keeping you staring at the dark ceiling for hours, it can feel incredibly lonely and frightening. But modern neurochemistry has discovered exactly why this humble green leaf is so powerfully calming. Lemon balm contains a high concentration of a botanical compound called rosmarinic acid. In clinical studies, researchers found that rosmarinic acid directly inhibits an enzyme in your brain that breaks down GABA. GABA is your brain's primary inhibitory neurotransmitter, the chemical messenger responsible for slowing down racing thoughts and inducing a state of neurological calm. By preserving your naturally occurring GABA levels, lemon balm acts as a fast-acting natural relaxant, completely avoiding the heavy grogginess and dependency associated with pharmaceutical sleep aids. Imagine wrapping your tired, frayed nervous system in a thick, heavy, and incredibly soft, warm blanket. Within just an hour of sipping a strong cup of lemon balm tea, that nervous fluttering in your chest begins to quiet down. The tight, exhausting grip of worry slowly releases its hold, and your beautiful, busy mind is finally granted the profound, peaceful rest it so desperately deserves. Our fifth extraordinary remedy brings us to a bright ruby-red fruit that has been utilized in folk medicine for centuries to combat sudden agonizing joint flare-ups. This is the tart cherry. If you have ever been violently awakened in the middle of the night by a gout attack, where even the feather-light touch of a bedsheet on your toe feels like shattered glass, you understand how terrifying and debilitating that specific pain can be. It is a sharp, burning warning sign that your body is struggling to clear metabolic waste. But modern clinical rheumatology has revealed exactly why this vibrant fruit is a true medical marvel. The deep crimson color of the tart cherry comes from highly active compounds called anthocyanins. When consumed, these specific antioxidants go directly to work in your kidneys. They actively help your body rapidly filter and flush out excess uric acid from your bloodstream. By preventing this acid from crystallizing and depositing into your delicate joints, tart cherry extract stops the excruciating flare-up right at its chemical source. Additionally, researchers have discovered that tart cherries are one of nature's only abundant sources of bioavailable melatonin, a crucial hormone that regulates your sleep cycles. Imagine a cool, refreshing, and steady stream, gently washing over those hot, swollen joints, sweeping away those sharp, microscopic shards of acid, and finally bringing the angry swelling down. As the pain quietly melts away into the night, that natural melatonin gently cradles your restless mind, allowing you to drift back into a deep, uninterrupted, and restorative sleep. Our sixth fast-acting botanical is a cooling, fragrant leaf that has graced the apothecary gardens of ancient Egypt and Rome. This is peppermint. As we age, our digestive system can become incredibly sensitive and unpredictable. When a sudden gripping spasm takes hold of your stomach, tightening your abdomen into a painful knot after a simple meal, it can make you fearful of enjoying the foods you once loved. That cramping, bloating pressure is not just uncomfortable. It is a physical sign that the delicate, smooth muscles in your gut are locked in a state of sudden distress. But modern gastroenterology has uncovered exactly why this cooling herb provides such immediate targeted relief. The primary active compound in peppermint is menthol. Clinical studies demonstrate that menthol acts as a powerful natural antispasmodic. It works by actively blocking the influx of calcium into the muscle cells of your intestinal walls. Since calcium is the exact mineral required for muscle contraction, blocking these cellular calcium channels forces the hyperactive muscles in your digestive tract to immediately relax. Imagine taking a deep, soothing breath and feeling a tight, rigid rope slowly, gently untying itself deep within your core. Within just 15 to 20 minutes of sipping peppermint tea or taking an enteric-coated oil capsule, that sharp, twisting pressure simply begins to melt away, leaving behind a cool, peaceful calm in your stomach, and restoring your freedom to move through your day without fear or discomfort. Our seventh botanical treasure brings us back to the sun-drenched cliffs of the Mediterranean, a fragrant evergreen shrub long associated with remembrance. This is rosemary. As the seasons of life pass, it is perfectly natural to feel a subtle, quiet slipping of the mind. When you walk into a room and suddenly forget why you are there, or when a cherished name remains trapped on the tip of your tongue, it can be deeply frustrating, even frightening. That heavy cloud of brain fog is not a personal failure. It is a physical sign of oxidative stress and reduced circulation in your most delicate neurons. But modern neuroscience has uncovered exactly why this woody herb is a profound protector of the aging brain. Rosemary contains a highly active neuroprotective compound called carnosic acid. Clinical studies demonstrate that carnosic acid crosses the blood-brain barrier to actively hunt down and neutralize free radicals. By reducing this oxidative damage, rosemary physically defends your brain cells from deterioration. Furthermore, simply inhaling the aroma of rosemary has been shown to prevent the breakdown of acetylcholine, a critical neurotransmitter directly responsible for memory encoding, focus, and learning. Imagine a gentle, crisp breeze sweeping through a dusty, forgotten attic, gently blowing away the thick cobwebs of confusion and letting the bright, clear sunlight stream back in. Whether enjoyed as a warm aromatic tea or inhaled as a pure essential oil, rosemary acts as a beautiful clarifying tonic, restoring the sharp, vibrant edges of your memory and bringing the beautiful details of your life back into focus. Our eighth remarkable botanical takes us to the ancient roots of Ayurvedic medicine. This is ashwagandha, a powerful adaptogen known for centuries for the incredible strength and stamina it provides. When you wake up after a full night of rest, yet you still feel completely drained to your very core. When the simple act of getting dressed feels like climbing a mountain, it is a heavy, invisible burden. That chronic, bone-deep exhaustion is not a normal part of aging. It is a desperate cry for help from your overwhelmed adrenal glands. Modern endocrinology has finally mapped the exact science behind this revitalizing root. Ashwagandha is densely packed with active plant compounds called withanolides. Clinical studies demonstrate that withanolides directly interact with your brain to regulate the production of cortisol, which is your body's primary stress hormone. When cortisol remains elevated for decades due to life's demands, it physically breaks down your tissues, disrupts your natural sleep cycles, and entirely drains your cellular energy reserves. By naturally lowering and balancing these cortisol levels, ashwagandha repairs your adrenal function from the inside out. Imagine a deeply frayed, sparking electrical wire, finally being wrapped in a thick, calming insulation and plugged safely back into a strong, steady power source. As this ancient root quiets your internal alarm system, that heavy gray exhaustion simply lifts, returning a beautiful, grounded, and enduring energy back to your daily life. Our ninth ancient healer is a resilient, soothing succulent that has been revered since the days of Cleopatra for its profound ability to repair and restore. This is aloe vera. When the delicate lining of your stomach or your intestines feels constantly irritated, when acid reflux burns in your chest late at night, or when you experience a raw, hollow ache in your gut, it can make the simple act of eating feel like a dangerous gamble. That internal fire is not just discomfort, it is a clear sign that the protective mucosal barrier of your digestive tract is inflamed and desperately crying out for help. But modern gastroenterology has mapped exactly how the inner gel of this remarkable plant accelerates deep tissue repair. The clear gel inside the aloe leaf is densely packed with complex carbohydrates known as osmannin polysaccharides. Clinical research demonstrates that these specific polysaccharides directly stimulate the macrophages in your immune system, which are the specialized cells responsible for fighting infection and repairing damaged tissue. Furthermore, when pure aloe vera juice coats the digestive tract, it significantly reduces the secretion of excess gastric acid and actively lowers mucosal inflammation at the cellular level. Imagine pouring a cool, thick, and profoundly soothing liquid over a dry, cracked, and burning surface. As the cooling gel coats your throat and your stomach, it gently extinguishes that sharp acidic fire, wrapping your delicate internal tissues in a protective, healing embrace, and allowing your digestive system to finally rest, repair, and absorb the life-giving nutrients you need to thrive. Our 10th and final medicinal plant brings us to a delicate daisy-like flower that has graced the twilight hours of humanity for thousands of years. This is chamomile. when sleep becomes a nightly battle rather than a peaceful retreat. When you find yourself staring at the ceiling at 3 in the morning, listening to the ticking clock, feeling the heavy, lonely weight of exhaustion but unable to switch your mind off, it is profoundly draining. That stubborn wired insomnia is not a failure of willpower. It is a physical sign that your nervous system is trapped in a state of hyperarousal, unable to find the biochemical pathway down to rest. But modern sleep science has uncovered exactly why this humble flower is such a potent natural sedative. Chamomile is incredibly rich in a specific antioxidant called apigenin. Clinical studies demonstrate that apigenin physically binds to the exact same benzodiazepine receptors in your brain as prescription sleep medications. However, instead of forcing your brain into a heavy drugged state, apigenin gently promotes sleepiness and reduces insomnia by naturally down-regulating your central nervous system. Imagine a soft, heavy twilight, gently settling over a loud, bustling city, slowly dimming the harsh lights and quieting the rushing noise. As you sip a warm cup of steeped chamomile, that beautiful floral steam acts as a gentle lullaby for your neurons, untying the tight knots of the day, and finally allowing your exhausted body to sink deeply into the mattress, welcoming a profound, restorative, and unbroken sleep. Perhaps you remember the quiet, comforting warmth of your grandmother's kitchen, the gentle clinking of a ceramic teacup against a saucer, or the sharp, sweet scent of peppermint and ginger rising through the air on a cold afternoon. When we were young, we may have thought these moments were simply old-fashioned comforts. We did not realize that we were witnessing a profound, unbroken chain of healing wisdom, passed down through generations long before microscopes and laboratories could explain exactly why they worked. But now, you know the science. You know that these 10 remarkable plants are not merely folklore. They are powerful, active healers, waiting patiently in the earth to help wash away your pain, quiet your racing mind, and restore the beautiful fluid mobility you deserve. You do not have to accept chronic suffering as the inevitable price of getting older. Nature has already provided the map, and your body still holds the profound, miraculous ability to repair itself. I would love to know which of these ancient remedies resonates most deeply with you. Have you ever found sudden relief from a warm cup of ginger or perhaps the soothing touch of aloe? Or is there a different botanical that your own family has trusted for generations? Please take a moment to share your story or your favorite remedy in the comments below. Your lived experience is a vital piece of this healing community, and your words might be the exact comfort another soul desperately needs to read today. Until we meet again, may your days be filled with fluid movement, your nights blessed with deep rest, and your heart anchored in the timeless wisdom of the earth.